All right, let's go back to Nasrec, and this time we talk to Natasha Phiri, who is also there for us, along with Samgele Maseko. Natasha, very good afternoon to you. I know that you have been monitoring what's been called protesters on either side. Those for President Cyril Ramaphosa saying he shouldn't step down, and the other side saying that the president should indeed step down. Talk to us about what they are saying in the main on both sides.
Well, thank you so much, Flo. Indeed, we've been situated outside, and as you know, my colleague Samgele Maseko has been situated inside. Of course, we've been monitoring the picket outside, where we saw a number of Ramaphosa supporters coming out here. If I'll just step out of the frame, and if Mashudi can actually show you what's going on, there you have Ramaphosa supporters there. Of course, you have a stage that is set there. It's not so clear as to who will be addressing these members so far, but of course, let me just take this conversation to a gentleman that's with me. Thank you so much for joining us on SABC News. So you've been here the whole day, from the morning.
Yes. Despite
the rain, you've braved the weather, and you are saying that Ramaphosa must go nowhere. President Ramaphosa must go nowhere.
Yeah, that's the first starting point. He must not go anywhere, because there is nothing that warrants or justifies him going anywhere. First and foremost is that we must address this thing called justice. In justice, it says that there must be fairness in how things are being processed. We have a Section 89 report that has a lot of innuendos that are never factual and with no evidence given. And some of the outcomes of what they were doing is just an overreach that is just not necessarily addressing the mandate given to the actual Section 89 investigation. So, and based on that, you then have an appetite from a number of lazy NEC members. And I want to emphasize lazy, because the report must be read, analyzed and interpreted. And without analyzing and being interpreted, a seasoned cadre like Tony Yengen will go on television, and based on this report, Cyril must go. I mean, this man, a known drunkard who has been charged a number of times for drinking all over. We don't have time for those sort of things. We've chosen leaders in the NEC, and we have chosen these leaders, firstly because they are thought leaders, secondly because they are supposed to be actually leading the country. Is it leading the country with such lousy comical theatrics?
But Stan, are you not worried about the dark cloud? And I'm going to ask this question because I posed it to your counterpart earlier on, what this does to the image and the brand of the ANC.
You see, when there is a cloud, and I don't think the report is given, and the report is public, I'm not sure whether you found a cloud in it, because there is nothing there. It's hearsay evidence, it's Wikipedia reports, there is no concrete evidence on this thing. Now,
so basically you're saying the independent panel's report is just basically wrong?
No, it's just wrong. That is why it can be taken for review. And already the president has indicated that he will be challenging this thing, because it's literally has a litany of flaws in it. I mean, it does not need a legal expert to understand what is going. Just reading that thing. People must not be lazy. Take the report, read it. Get what is being said in that particular report. Tell yourself whether you'll be able to take a decision on such a thing. And the public, of course, when they are fed rhetoric from leaders of the ANC itself, who have nothing but just revenge and agendas that are not building the organization, but they are hell-bent generally of creating a dark cloud around the president. There is nothing wrong with what the president has done. You can get any legal practitioner who is of sober mind. I mean, the people in the Section 69 themselves, the chairperson has been in support of trying to supporting Ace Makashule to actually deal with the president. And the less said about Cyril is another thing. I mean, all these people, two of them have a dark cloud, have an agenda against the president. And they should have declared the conflict of interest because they have been captured publicly, videos, social media attacking the president.
This happens days before the Nasrec conference. I mean, what bearing do you think this will have on the president? I know you've been shouting slogans saying Ramaphosa for a second term.
I'm a delegate, and there's many delegates here. So here, besides coordinators, the majority of the people here are delegates. We are going to vote Ramaphosa.
If he doesn't come back as president?
No, we are going to vote Ramaphosa.
If he doesn't come back as president?
Democracy says to you, vote someone. I mean, if you are defeated democratically, you are defeated democratically. We fought for democracy with its sweet and bitterness outcomes that comes with it. In a democracy, you win, you lose at branches. Certain that we are going to win, but we will tell you, we have the numbers. We are here delegates that are supporting Ramaphosa. That delegate that was coming here throughout the week called Kanye House is not even having a structure that is formal. He's disbanded, that man. He's not a delegate into conference. We're letting you know. He will vote outside Nasrec here. We will be inside, making a vote, putting the president in here. If we lose, we lose. We'll embrace whoever wins. But let me tell you, this president here is getting a second term. He is not losing. We are entrenching him as members of branches, as delegates that are coming to conference.
Just your reaction. Earlier on, there was a briefing by the president of the EFF, Mr. Julius Malema, and basically in that briefing he had said that come Christmas, when people are busy eating the seven colors, DG Mabuza will be president.
Well, you've seen the old one. If you've seen what he sent today, he's saying a different thing. He's saying he's not going to support these comrades that wants to deal with Ramaphosa because he has now read the report. You know, the issue of commenting before you read has a problem of misinterpretation. He read the report, he gave a statement today, and he's not supporting of the impeachment of the president. Now look, and he's our opponent in politics. It would suit him for Ramaphosa to be impeached because it will destabilize the ANC. He's not supportive of that now.
Let's take this conversation to younger people as well. Toko, you're also here supporting President Ramaphosa. What do you think, coming out of the NEC meeting, what are you hoping for? Should NEC members be in support of President Ramaphosa against it? Remember, tomorrow is the 6th of December. This matter will be voted for in Parliament.
Yes, thank you so much. I think we're calling for calm heads in the NEC. You know, we have processes. And, you know, this meeting is theirs, that's happened today, so that they can talk about the report legally. And we hope they read the report before talking about it, because we know some NEC members who came on social media and talked about the report they didn't read. So we want leaders who can read, leaders who love education, who love knowledge. So I think let all the processes happen, and we have a conference. If you feel you want a view on leadership, the conference is there, and the conference is the place where we decide on the president of the ANC. We don't decide the president of the ANC on reports. We don't decide the president of the ANC on social media. So let's go to conference, and we are certain the branches have spoken, overwhelmingly so. And the branches were not confused. The branches are going to speak again at the conference the way they spoke in the BGMs.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I'd love to have a further conversation, but of course, because of time, we can't. With that said, Flo, it's just back to you in studio.
All right, thanks very much to you, Natasha Phiri, for us in Nasrec, talking there to some of President Ramaphosa's supporters amidst what's been going on regarding the Phala Phala farm debacle. All right.